Good evening and welcome to TTRPG to the wrong channel. Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc, your game master for this evening. My lights are very dark, but that's okay. We have not played in a while. Ah, you fucking bastard. Uh, but yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So this is why I should know this. Yeah, so we're playing Die RPG. We're on episode 8 with lots of fucked up things and fucked up people. We'll do a quick round, tell us who you're playing, and then we'll get started. And we will start with Ashleigh. Who are you playing?
Well, my fucked up person is Selena, the Godbinder. She's a bit of a wheel dealer when it comes to talking to gods, of which there are many in this world. Uh, Overall, she's looking for her missing sibling, who vanished into the game some 20 years ago. And we've just stumbled into a really horrible looking city. It's like Oldham, but worse. Um, and I will pass us on to Taya.
Hello, I'm Thea. I'm playing the fucked up Emma, who followed along to this world, who is a loathing knight. And she's kind of pissed at the moment, kind of high on the loathing, you could say. And yeah, we are currently trying to figure out a way to help these people, even though some of us might not be interested in that, really. I guess we'll see what happens next. Yeah, passing it over to Patrick.
Thank you. I'm Patrick, and some of you, like my parents, are probably seeing my face for the first time. Hi.
They're used to the back of your head.
I am playing Paul, the Neo, the cyberpunk Robin Hood, and I finally feel comfortable enough to let you look at my terrible, ruined visage. And he is discovering some truths about old friends confronted by old enemies. And on a personal note, I want to point out I will be making slight strange faces as I try to pop my ears because I'm getting over a terrible, terrible cold. Because children came into the place I work. Sometimes it happens. And they
Diseased
got
children.
diseases. And after that, I have to admit, I'm no longer pro-choice, but I'm now very pro-abortion. This might be extreme, but well, I'm feeling really bad. Everything's extreme, so this could be a fun session. And I pass over to Chris.
Hello there. Repositioning myself so that I am in frame because I tend to somehow always slip over to this side. I am Chris, and I will be playing Quinn, the so-called dictator who has made friends with a different kind of, let's say, dictator. For those of you who don't know what the dictator is, some games would call me a bard. Other games would probably call me some sort of dick, exactly. And some games would probably describe me as somewhat of a sorcerer who uses their words to cast spells on people. And yeah, with that, I will pass it on to the one and only Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Frida, who is the fool, which basically means she's been through a lot of shit, and so she tries to ignore it. And so her response to everything that is horrible is to do loads of drugs and fuck around.
Fair.
That's it. That's the character.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought you were
good
going to
at
be yourself. Sorry.
Good at
I mean,
fucking
I
around, has yet to find out.
Yeah, I would like to point out that I don't even drink in real life. Like, Frida is very different from me.
So only in pretend life.
Well, actually, no, I do smoke a heroic amount of weed.
Ah.
Okay, maybe there's more in common with me and Frida than I thought. But anyway, point being, I stay in more. Frida goes outside and messes things up.
Fair.
I stay inside more than Frida does.
I'm sorry, I am just fucking about with stuff just now. Try to make everything pretty. No, that's not pretty.
Well, don't make everything pretty. It's dark. Everything's dark and disturbed and
Making
ugly.
it pretty for me, okay?
Oh,
I am
okay.
the one who gets to see what's pretty and what's not. No, I'm only joking. I don't give a shit.
Okay, well, you deserve pretty things, Mark, so you go ahead.
I do. I could be a pretty princess. Would be a bad. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm once again extremely well prepared. Wait a minute. That wasn't too depressing, Paul. I'm kind of
angry.
disappointed. It's not up to your usual. No, I think there might be consequences for that. Let's see.
Well, Pat never said.
He
when-
did. He said he had a really good depressing setup, and
I think
I feel that was
being the implications of my comment would be depressing to the standard
Yeah.
human.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, right, to stand. Okay, right, fair enough. That's quite possibly.
I imagine
Man
everybody
is sick.
watching this is probably going, "What the hell is wrong with this guy? Who hurt him in the past?" The answer is, I'm like your one from Wizard of Oz. Have you ever been to Belfast?
I went to Belfast with you, and you kept pointing at bullet holes saying there's a massacre that took place here every 5 minutes.
Sorry, I'm just really laughing at that. That's fucking awesome. But, right,
The worst
okay.
thing was, I was actually working in the tourism industry at the time.
Right, no, enough. Stop it. 5 people. Right. You know, the stream's been running for 20 minutes. I mean, most of it was just the credits and shit, but yeah, this is what we do. Anyway, fuck. So, let's get back to Necrorubus. The city looks somehow organic. It's dark, even when the sun's out. Water dripping from every surface, windows darkened. Chris, fucking mute me. Anyway, fucking hell. Right. Well. So, Necrorubus. It's a shithole. The place is busy. I don't think I've done a very good description of what the city's actually like. It seems to have been very sparsely populated as you went through, but the truth is, the whole time there's people moving here, here and there, bustling, pushing, shouts and calls. Every once in a while, even a scream, maybe a whistle of some kind of constabulary that isn't part of the fucking, I can't look at the chat. That isn't part of the little echoes. Most of the group have found themselves, with Chris's cheeky smile there, you bastard, found themselves carrying a very nearly corpse, no dying please, through some back alleys to what seems to be a doctor. And as the chapped on the door opened into darkness, and all they could see was a great big, bright white toothy smile. And that's where we will begin.
Hello? Selena, Emma, given our past history of bumping into people in this town or in this world, do you think we should go in here?
The smile doesn't stop for a second. In fact, maybe even gets a little bit wider.
Are
This
we
is
looking
right.
at a bunch of...
This
Oh,
is
sorry.
this is the doctor's office.
So
This
it's
is basically the office of flying teeth.
it is just kind of hanging there.
I
It's-
address the teeth. Hey, teeth, are you in the mouth of a human doctor?
The smile kind of pulls up to one side. It depends on how you define human, my dear. I am, however, the best doctor you will find in Necrorbis.
You know what that'll do? We got a patient for you.
Come in, come in. And as you, well, do you step inside actually?
Yeah, Emma does.
I think
Paul-
Selena.
yeah.
So I think Selena kind of, helpfully tries to usher the nearly dead guy inside.
I
but-
think it's on Emma's shoulder.
Oh, he's on Emma's shoulders.
Yeah,
Right.
that guy cannot walk.
Got you. So I think Selena's just kind of lurking outside, making sure no one's following us or surveilling us or whatever, and just keeping one hand on the hammer, just as a sort of comfort blanket sort of thing. So I don't think Selena's going inside because this guy looks like evil as fuck. So
You've not quite seen him yet, but as you push in or walk in, Emma, your shoulders.
Oh, I'm going in too.
Oh, I'm sure you all are. Your shoulders kind of scrape against the sides of the door. You feel bigger carrying this guy, and you feel contempt for him. The smell of his body has been up in that there, whatever it is, for don't know how long. But the smell of shit and piss and stale sweat, and something's just niggling at you about why the fuck you're carrying this guy. There's other things you could fucking do.
Yeah, it's all pretty unnerving. Yeah, she'll hurry, and her plan is to basically dump this guy at the nearest table and get out of here. But we'll see what happens.
You're the first person to see the doctor properly, and the smile is big and wide, almost cartoonish. And above the smile, there's no nose and no eyes.
Oh,
It's just kind of scarred skin pushing up all the way up to a rounded head. And the mouth was at head height when you saw it, let you in. As you enter, you see these much smaller, and steps down from the steps. Come in, come in. I have not had patients in, well, since the last time I had patients. And a lamp comes on, and you see this room, and it's immaculate. So
I'd like to
there's-
try a thing.
Yeah.
I would like to straight up ask the doctor the following. So, let me just save everyone some time. Are you an evil fantasy doctor who is going to try and kill us now? Because I'm not going to lie, that seems like the kind of thing that's going to happen at some point.
He giggles. No, why would you think something like that?
Because you're literally a doctor with no face apart from a big smiley grin. And we are in a fantasy setting.
Well, first of all, that is fairly rude. Second of all, I'm not quite sure who would have a fantasy of the lovely city that I now call home.
No, fantasy like, like Lord of the Rings, like The Hobbit, nerd shit.
Have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah, Frida, stop it. This is just getting us nowhere. Can
Okay.
you take care of this guy? Or not?
Okay, but Emma, you know I'm right.
It doesn't matter, does it?
All right, just if we start fighting this guy, if he starts trying to kill us, don't say I didn't say anything. And I help Emma with the body.
Is Frida the same size, or is she also bigger?
No, she's the same size.
Same size. So
Emma,
It's only
you seem to
Emma
have
that
grown.
seems to be like bulked up.
yeah, she's just gonna try to be graceful about it, but there's probably a little bit of contempt in the way she sort of slaps this guy down.
Yeah, you do. The table is one of this room is probably the most modern looking thing you've seen since you got here. The tiles are white. The table is actually stainless steel, from what you can see of it, with a very clean like sheet covering on. As you place him down, you see the dirt scrape, like kind of rub off onto the sheet, and he looks so weak.
Is Paul with us as well? Then Paul follow through.
Paul is walking in. Sorry, sir. Don't think we've been introduced. My name is Paul Echo.
Yes, we'll get to that soon. Please let me see to the patient. And he quite quickly walks over towards the table and he's waving his hand like going to, yes, in a moment. And brings up another step and climbs up onto it so he's again at your head height, Emma. And looks down. Oh, I've not seen one of these in a while. He's almost dead, you know.
Yeah, I know. Can you help or not?
Oh, I think it's entirely possible. I just might need a little bit of help. And
Okay.
looks at you. Oh my God, my head is at Mars. Looks at you, Selena. So, I think you might be able to help calm me a mistress.
Isn't Selena still outside?
No, she came in, I thought.
Oh well, if everybody else has gone in, I think Selena's come in last and is still stood nearest to the door, but she's still
Okay.
definitely in the room because everybody else is in there. So she's figured, well, you know. But yes, so hearing her name, Selena's ears just prick up, like, okay.
You said the town you now call home, so you're not originally from here.
Oh, I know. Do I look like an Urbine, as they so strangely call themselves?
You look like one that may have been in an accident.
Ha ha! Ah, fools. They never grow tiring.
You know what we are.
Yes, paragons. Not seen a group like you in a long time.
So you would have seen our friends.
I have no idea who are your friends.
Some in a group.
A group quite a lot like us, with a knight and.
Well, quite a lot like you, and waves his hand in front of his face. It's not as if I saw them. or anything.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, but joking. I did actually see lots of people. I don't use my eyes like, you humans do.
Frida holds up 3 fingers. How many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know, some of the ones from your hands. I'm trying to concentrate on this patient here who is, if I am not wrong, just about on the side of Hados' realm. Am I right, Godbinder?
Is he right?
Oh, the guy definitely looks like he's about to snuff it.
Well, as in, I think Selena just sort of takes a moment and then says, "Is he right?" Assuming Hados is listening to the conversation. So if she does something to call or summon him or whatever shape she's got to fit her brain into to unlock the door to speak to Hados. Is he one of yours yet?
Time is because no one else really moving, but any dust that you were, seeing in the air there kind of slows in front of you, and there's a wink in your eye, and the voice at your side, just from the side. Not yet mine. And
Okay.
this little creature works for a friend of ours. So maybe it won't be mine at all.
Okay. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to speak to you. No, I think so. Sort of stepping forward again towards the smiling doctor. No, I think this man is still in the land of the living. You see the slow but definite action of his chest as he breathes, no doubt.
Yes,
if
yes,
you were
yes,
to
I know that. What I was meaning was, in order to save him, we must get in contact with my mistress. However, in this city, I find that somewhat difficult.
Who's your
Okay.
Your
mistress?
mistress is the goddess of the forest.
No,
Oh,
she is very interesting, but not my mistress. Godbinder, do you know Shoda?
Shoda.
And you get a picture in your mind of this um, uh, woman, and she's wearing a leather jacket, dark colours. Um, I've got one of my children coming towards me. Bum. Can you not
do anyone who
find?
found my comments earlier too extreme?
You too, kiddo.
My children are fucking awesome. Seriously, he is a very, very funny little man, but way too fond of the middle finger. Anyway, where are we here?
I'm getting a picture in my mind of a woman, a goddess, I assume.
Yes, and I was actually looking at the description. I think I got the wrong description. Because I only got the name from you. So tell me what Shoda looks like. The goddess
Well,
of life.
yeah,
Or
so
God,
I
or whatever.
think, yeah, the deity. I think, Hados has got this kind of swirling darkness to him. He's always quite shifting, and you're never quite sure what his clothes look like. But Jado is more like um, her clothes. The cut of it is sort of pin sharp. You know exactly where it is, and it's like you get the impression I have in my head is kind of like a bright goddess-like version of Inara from Firefly. Everything's very stylish and flowing and shiny, and you know, the key word is like vitality. Everything about her looks so alive. Um, so there's just this really beautiful um, vision suddenly in Selena's mind. Like, oh wow, yes, I do know that person. It turns out.
And you hear the voice. Hello.
Jadot, I presume.
Indeed. It has been a while since I have been in this city. It is not very welcoming to deities such as myself.
Yeah, I think the clue's kind of in the name, isn't it? Necro Urbis.
Death and life are intertwined, my dear.
Yeah, yeah, balance is important, but this gentleman here, uh, I think he would like to be on this side of it rather than sending him off to Hados. What would you say?
She looks, the body. This could be in a lot of pain were he to survive. Is that a life worth giving him? Is this so that
Should,
you can get something in return from him? Or purely out of the goodness of your heart?
surely, surely to live should be his choice, and if he accepts the conditions of his life as if there is pain, if there is some element of difficulty caused by his injuries, then that's his choice to make. But at the moment, he's slipping from us, and well, we can't even ask him a question. But my friend here, and I point at Paul, thinks that this man knows something that we could make use of here in this city, perhaps to bring about some changes.
I think you misunderstood me. I did not mean any long lasting injuries or disabilities. I mean the excruciating pain were I just to give him life again.
Ah. So,
This is
process-
something that can be difficult to bear. And this man has been punished more than most. If what you need is information, we could make an exchange and I could lift his pain before sending him on to Hados.
okay, I am listening.
What would you like to offer?
We don't yet know the lie of the land of this place, but I think this city needs to live again, to really live, and to have that vitality that you seem to have in spades. The people here deserve that. They deserve the chance to live a vital, bright life, which they are at the moment denied.
Roll your god dice, please. Give me a d12.
Is just the D12?
Just the d12.
Okay. This ought to be different. Okay. All right. Yeah, could have been worse. Got a 7.
Fine. You make an interesting point. What do you think, my young friend? And everyone else is still frozen, unmoving. The doctor smiles, turns to the narrator. Mistress, I think that easing this man's pain is probably the best thing we could do. If he wishes to live, I can tend to him as best I can, but I can make no promises.
Oh God, I have to decide, don't I?
This is for your deal. I think that your offer is very interesting. I think Evander here would be able to help you once certain things are underway. And this man may have the information you need, but I would not see him suffer unnecessarily.
That is fair. Then let's do what we can for him to see if we can at least have a talk with him and then ease his passage through if that is what he wants and that is what is necessary. Can we do that?
And in return, you will bring life again to the city.
We will certainly try.
You see in your mind a very lush park. The buildings are still dark and moist, for lack of a better word. But somehow there's more life to it. You can see people moving in the windows. You see wildlife in this park, people sitting, enjoying the picnics or whatever else. There's still a darkness to the city, but there's more life to it. And that then changes into the same park, still green, but it's all listless and limp. There's people sleeping, curled up, being rained upon, looking uncomfortable. There's some huddled around a fire. You can see at the corner of your eye someone getting the shit kicked out of them. I would much rather it was the first image, would you not?
Absolutely.
Then this is a deal. I will ease this man's pain and give him the choice to live or to pass on and be with his loved ones. And you can ask 3 questions. And then
I can't say fairer than that.
You will help bring life. It is very nice to meet you, Selena.
And you too. And she does a little sort of oddly formal half bow type thing. You know.
She smiles and returns it. Evander here will help you as best he can.
Thank you. And I look forward to honouring our agreement.
And then you catch a scent of. It's like baby's breath, but not like stinking burped up things. It's like something. The smell of a newborn's head just comes across your nose. And on the table, the doctor's back, seeing to his patient. And you see the cramped fingers relax a little. The chest takes one much bigger so breath going out and in, and the eyes flicker open.
Paul,
Hold
we can.
on a second. Sorry, I literally don't want to Yeah, sorry, I don't want to deafen you. Sorry, go on.
Don't worry,
Long story short, we can ask this man three questions about how we can change this city, and then for that we have to overthrow the government.
Frida's district up. Over for the government. I'm in.
Yes, I thought you might be.
Overthrow the government.
Of this city, not of the entire country, but this city's rulers are. They're bleeding dry their population. Look at these people. They're all hideous, scarred. This place is dying. Everybody is terrified.
Hideous and scarred.
Apologies. Evander, was it?
Yes. At your service.
I was speaking metaphorically, but point taken. But this city
Don't worry about Dr. Bootlicker. He'll be on our side when we win.
Fools.
But Evander here, and I sort of lightly touch the doctor on the shoulder, and then, will do his best for this man, but we have the opportunity to ask him a couple of questions about how we can bring life to this dying place. And I think that means we have to overthrow the government. And I think that's okay.
If we overthrow the government here, what's going to replace it?
Something better.
There hasn't been a revolution fought where people don't think that's going to happen. I mean, are we going to end up having the brief May Days of Catalonia? Are we going to end up bringing in another Stalin?
Well, what if we kill the Stalin?
What I mean is, I've got a funny feeling we won't. After we overthrow, we won't be staying here longer. Do we have to come back every? Okay, right. Well,
that'll be up to the people.
We'll cross that. We'll cross the philosophical bridges when we come to it. 3 questions. Okay. What are we going to ask him? We have to get the most. I mean, let's think. And he's keeping an eye on Freda because he's got an instinct. Freda's just going to go, "Hello, what's your name?"
So we need to keep it open. We need to pretend we're journalists. We need to ask, can you tell us about this? Can you tell us about that? So
hang on, let me think.
Are we doing this a whole night? Are we literally standing around here? Ask questions.
And I imagine everyone's just turned and looked at Emma.
She's seething. She's standing there, like, ready to go.
Emma, you're a tyrant.
So Emma's on board.
Yeah.
There's some of them out there. You could just go smack them about a bit while they're in here doing all the talking shit.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave and let you handle the talking. And she leaves.
And we'll come to that in a moment. Or, actually, what we'll do now is we will jump to Quinn, and you can come up with maybe some questions if you like. And then we'll come back to Emma, and then back to you three. Quinn, you are making your way to the palace gates with the... What did I call him? Fuck. Is it the perfect echo?
Yes,
I think so.
it's perfect echo.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Walking beside you, head held high. Every so often, the eyes flash green and black as he interacts with his AI in some way.
So, tell me, John, or do you prefer perfect echo?
We've been friends for so long, I'm pretty sure you can call me John. Strange way to... Everything okay?
Yeah, of course. It's just being on your territory. I want to play by your rules. I know how it is to have to watch over people and the hard decisions you sometimes have to make and the authority that you have to present outwards, if you understand what I mean.
Maybe I do, yeah.
It must have been hard rebuilding this place from the capitalists, was it?
They weren't capitalists, they were fucking monsters. Do you not remember? Do you not remember what it was like when we came here? Fucking hell. Paul and I had come up with some fucked up shit. And for some reason, Craig gave it life here.
Yeah. It's just, I remember it being fucked up. It's just, it's also been so long ago, It's just like...
Seems like yesterday, in all honesty. Do you remember the battle in the forest?
No, I don't. I don't think I ever explained...
Hold on. I will give you a second here because I think you also don't remember the last couple of episodes. So do you remember before you ended up at the parents' house?
Yeah.
Right. What did you find there? Not at the house, before that. What did you all come across?
There were remnants of a battle there, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Long ago.
So
Yeah.
I think Quinn might remember what happened the day before.
Yeah. The battle where his version of Paul died.
Yes.
I remember you lost Paul. Exactly. Thank you. Retconning live on air.
I'm being fair. It's been so long since we played, it's not your fault.
Yeah. Okay.
I took them then, those fuckers. The ones that killed, the ones that beat Paul and I up, Paul and me up, the ones that killed Paul in this fucking world. I've got them running about now out there, doing what I tell them. My little echoes.
But that was also the last time we actually were together, wasn't it?
Most of us, yeah.
That's when Chloe left, right?
Yeah. She didn't like the aftermath.
Well, show me what you've done to the place, would you?
Of course. And as you come out of the palace towards the gates, so the grounds, you've got quite a bit to walk, and the grounds are full of green and statues. The statues are crumbling and falling down, covered in moss and lichen. There are guards dotted around the place wearing the same. I'm saying same uniform as they saw at the beginning because I can't remember how I described it. So there you go. You're welcome. Yeah, wearing the same uniform as before, all carrying weapons of various types. There is what do you call it? There are like the shells of vehicles. Maybe there were tanks, maybe there was something else dotted around the grounds. Again, all kind of decaying, covered in plant life. But the plant life as well, you can smell it. It doesn't seem there's nothing healthy about it. And you see the city beyond the gates, and it looks sad. Isn't the right word? So not depressed, more of an angry kind of sadness. And outside of the gates was a large clear square, a fountain in the middle, and there was no one nearby. The houses round about, the windows are all boarded up, but they're extremely fancy looking houses. This is we don't need the rich people here. I don't need the palace actually, but they insist. But there's no more ruling class here.
But why do they insist on keeping you in the palace? I mean, don't get me wrong, but you rule over all of this.
I don't
You
want
make
to
sure-
rule. I want to make them free.
John, I understand it, but you are the reason they are free. Why should you spend your life locked away?
Some people find it more difficult to shake their bonds.
Listen, I want to show you something, and it's going to be probably crazy. Knowing them, they are probably already inside town.
What are you talking about? He stops. And his eyes glaze over for a moment. Give me a charisma roll, please.
Yes. So I got 2 4s and a 2. If I
The fuck are
wanted
you?
if I wanted to add to it, I could of course give myself a little emotional nudge.
You could, but that would have consequences.
Then I'll wait.
Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my friend's body? And you find a hand at your throat.
Okay,
Bear,
okay.
The hand that was bare is now covered in a black suit, gloves, like a bit like Venom, but more structured. It becomes a kind of gauntlet at your neck.
Okay. Let's not do anything we'd regret anytime soon,
The
okay?
fair send you?
No.
They want to take my gifts.
John, listen to me.
Don't call
Listen
me
to
John. You can call me Echo.
Okay.
I'll get your friends in a moment. His other hand
Listen.
comes up and clicks his fingers.
Listen. What if I told you Paul was here?
You feel a fist smash into your face, and everything goes dark. Emma. Outside of the door, in this little alleyway, again, you can hear the hustle and bustle. You can hear the children playing somewhere, getting shouted at, told to come in for their dinner or whatever. What do you do?
Well, her rationale at the moment is she's going to try to calm herself down. So far, nothing has helped, but she figures maybe if she gets like a drink or something, just sit down, try to relax, because so far she's just tried violence and it's ended horribly every time. No, she feels better afterwards, she does, but it ends horribly. So she's going to look for an inn or a tavern or something like that.
Well, back the way when you come in, you had the area at the beginning. Then you went up the main thoroughfare, as far as I remember, and off into one of the side alleys. As you walked up, you would definitely have seen an inn or so.
Yeah. She's not being picky though. She's just any building
No,
where
it's just the
it
closest
seems
one.
like
Yeah.
there's going to serve alcohol.
The doors to the inn or bar, whatever it's called, are double doors with glass, massive big glass windows, both of which are cracked with tape over them. There is sawdust on the floor and a very distinct smell of vomit.
This place is disgusting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You want a drink, Thea? Tyrant's asking you.
Anything to get the edge off, really.
Fucking weak.
What? How do I stop you? How do I stop this? Like, is there a way without swinging you around like some mad woman?
No.
Okay, great. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to try because probably no one else has attempted this. So let's just try to calm down and see, what happens.
Inside, there's no one really there. It's very there's the bartender there. No one at the tables. Only 3 or 4 tables, and they look rather fucked. At the bar, however, there's a man standing his back to you, wearing a black and red cape. His dark hair. You hear him laugh. Another. And the barman kind of punched over. Of course, sir. Reaches for a dirty glass and a bottle and pours out a drink. I'll be with you in a moment, ma'am. This man and the with the what do you call it? Cape turns to you. He's Southeast Asian man, and he smiles at you. Well,
She gives a very fake smile, like back to him.
so is his. Yes, the smile doesn't reach his eyes, as they say. He's a fairly handsome man, quite bulky as well, wearing a suit not unlike the one Paul's wearing, but not quite as science fiction-y.
Interesting. She's, taking a little bit aback by that, but mostly the nausea of the loathing is the forefront of her mind at the moment. She just kind of pushes it back, starts, tapping a little on the bar counter there.
Here, and he pushes the glass he was just poured at him. Join me.
Sure, why not? She's gonna sit next to him. Takes the glass, inspects it. Like, it's probably very dirty, right?
Yes.
Fuck it. She drinks it in one swoop.
Give me, please, a wisdom roll.
Okay.
I'm using wisdom for perception because okay.
Yeah. Double force.
Beside this guy's smile, you notice flecks of blood on his cheek, on the hand that pushed the glass towards you. And what are you doing here, ma'am, in our wonderful city of Nekaribus?
I believe that's none of your business.
Smiles, grabs hold of the bartender. Another one. The bartender brings the bottle and he takes it. Oh, I think you'll find it is my business.
Really?
Yes. You look like someone I used to know.
Oh shit. Who are you?
Me? My name is Ravi. To my friends.
Okay.
You may call me the second echo if you wish.
I won't.
You might after a time.
Look, thank you for the drink. Very nice of you. But I believe our conversation is done.
His hand reaches out and grabs your arm. I don't think so.
Okay. You haven't given you a chance to let go of me.
Roll dex.
Four and a 5.
You see his other hand coming up, clenched in a fist, and are able to roll with it out of the way. See, I've been told to look for someone like you. Call just came down.
He backs off like a pretty, large margin.
No, you're a bit bigger usually than I like my women, but yeah.
You've been looking for me?
Well, I just got the call to look for you and some other misfits. But you do look very familiar. Where do I know you?
Oh, yeah, I'm about to remind you, aren't I? She's gonna pick up her probably pretty big mace at this point.
Yes. It's almost comically large.
Yeah.
You have the initiative, so you can handle this how you wish.
Well,
Dig into
she
it.
doesn't want to kill him. She still kind of just wants to, be calmer, be nicer about all of this. So she's gonna hit the floor probably in front of him instead.
Barman. Okay, give me a roll. With your what do you call it? Your loading dice, please.
Yeah, that was a D8, right?
Yes. I really do need to add the macros for them. Make it easier. Okay. You smash into the ground in front of him. Something, maybe you slip. It doesn't quite land how you want it to. The mace sticking for a moment into the floor. And I wanted to use dice here. Apologies. There we go. Sorry. Darwin decided to put all my dice in here because that makes for a better game. So that's 2 6s and a 4.
Nice.
He jumps back, his hand going behind him, and pulls out a black blade and slashes towards you. Do you have any defense?
Yes.
Yes. And give me one more dex roll, please.
5 and a 4.
Okay, remove one guard, or one defense for the moment, actually.
Let's see. Where's the defense on the sheet?
I'll just take it from your guard at the moment. That'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He grins.
Oh, sorry. Current guard is what it should say.
I recognise that weapon. You look a lot younger than you should, do you not?
Okay, you clearly know Willow.
was that her name? I'm pretty sure I smacked her in the face too.
Okay. You're gonna tell me everything you know about her the previous time. I'm gonna show mercy to you.
Oh, fine, because I'm not showing mercy to you. They didn't say we had to bring you in alive, and he lunges towards you.
Yeah, she's gonna try to block it and try to smack him back.
6 and a 4.
What do I roll?
Well, roll. I think the give me a strength with your dice, please.
Okay. Oh,
Plus your D8 though. That's grand. You manage to smack him back. Your mace nicking into his face, and you see a long scar, a long cut appear along his jaw. I've not had a good fight in a while. Wait till the boys hear about this.
I don't think they're gonna hear about it.
And he dives
gonna-
towards you again. Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna hammer away, or mace away, I guess.
Roll. Are you wanting to vent?
I
use
wanna-
creative-
Yeah, I wanna use wanna use some abilities there if I
justice
can.
or creative violence, sorry, or something else.
Yeah, I can also do stances. Hang on,
Yes,
let me
of
check
course.
here. Let's see. But how does venting work again?
Venting, you
yeah,
can vent levels and use that to cause certain. So, like, you can go down 1 level or 2 levels or whatever.
Yeah.
And affect certain changes with that.
I'll do a decapitation strike.
Okay.
That's 1 level down. It's a venting ability.
Mhm.
Single individual. I can ignore his guard.
Yes.
So that's another strength. There we go. Now we're talking.
That is not bad.
Oh, well, the 8 was not good.
That's less. But
Yeah.
a minute. If it's less than your, I think something goes wrong, don't it? If it's less than your loading level.
It is less than my loading level.
So you smash into this guy. Tell me how. What exactly happens? And you didn't want to kill him, but I think with that one, you do kill him, and you
Well,
lose-
yeah, it is a
you lose
decapitation
your
strike,
loading.
so I
Yes.
might just decapitate him.
with a mace, which is really fucked up.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy blow.
But since you rolled the one, that you're going to lose all of your loathing after this as well.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so probably she takes like a, backs off a little bit, goes in for a running speed with her giant weapon, swings it at just the right angle and time, but she was intending to hit his chest, not his head, really. But it heads
Tyrant chuckle.
yeah, gets to the head instead. And off it goes.
The face is just shocked for a second, and then it's no longer there. You say decapitation, but it's not really decapitation. The head has disintegrated. There are bits of brain and skull
Yeah.
now spread all over the bartender, who you can smell has shat himself. The bottles behind him mostly are broken, and you can smell the cheap liquor go to the floor, fall to the floor. Then you smell the flames as you see that candle was knocked over. It starts to lick up the side of the bar.
Oh shit.
And with that, we'll go back to the others and Evander. Quickly now, we have to. We don't want to.
Did anyone hear something there?
Draw this
Oh.
out.
Thought I heard something. Okay. I think we've agreed on the questions. I think the ones that Michelle posted a little earlier on. So do you want to take the lead on this one, Patrick, or should I?
You should.
So I sort of crouch down near the guy and I say, "Hello, I'm Selena. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. Why were you imprisoned?"
It hurts. The echoes. Their idea of freedom is not freedom. We're not free until we're all free.
Fuck yeah!
Yes, comrade.
Frida then immediately gets back to searching for a few drawers looking for drugs.
Yeah, the vendors following you, going nope, nope, and slapping your hand. Fools, fools, fools.
I agree. Everybody should be free. So, on that subject, who and where are the leaders in this city?
The perfect echo and the little echoes. They rule.
So I just shoot a meaningful look at Paul as he says that, like.
The perfect echo. He doesn't see what is going on. That is no excuse. The little echoes are monsters.
Well, not anymore for one of them, but I know. I've met one of the little echoes. It's okay. I know it hurts. Just one more thing. Tell us everything you know about people who resist here in Necro-Urbis.
There are not many of us left. When they killed James and took me, I thought that was it. If there are any left, they are hiding underground. We fought with him, with the Echo, back when he was imperfect, distorted. You can find us. There are signs.
Signs?
It kind of
Like,
the hand comes out and reaches for yours, and you feel him trace a symbol over the palm of your hand.
so as he does that, I just quickly try and bat Paul or Michelle or Evander to say, pencil, something. I need to make a mark.
I look for a pencil in any of the cupboards that I was looking in for drugs.
The vendor's still tapping you, and then pulls one out of his coat pocket and throws
I grab it and
directly to
throw
your
it.
hand.
I grab it and throw it at
Fucking
Selena.
fool!
Yeah, so I catch it and just as his hand traces on my hand, I kind of scribbling madly on my own hand after it to sort of so we won't forget it basically. And as soon as that's done, I hold up my hand and show the symbol to Paul. And at the same time, I'm holding this guy's hand in my other hand and just sort of caressing and say, "It's okay. Thank you so much."
They need to be freed.
I know.
They're,
That's what we're going to do.
no, there are captives in the palace. I don't think the Echo knows.
How could he not know about his own captives?
They're not his.
Ah,
The little echoes.
I see.
I want to see
Well.
James again.
And you will. Whatever happens next, you know James will be there.
I wish I could believe that.
Me too, but it's one of the things you say, isn't it? And she just sort of smiles sadly at this guy, like, it's okay. We'll do what we can to free the city and its people.
You see a smile, the cracked and burst lips. I'll go with Hados now. And you see Hados appear from the darkness and put his hand on the shoulder. Then you see the man as he was before. Thank you, my child. I will see him on his way.
Thank you, Hados. I'll see you again real soon.
I think, unfortunately, you might. And I think we'll leave it for a quick break there. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye.
And we are back, it would seem. Hope you're all fresh and whatever else. We
You've cleaned
left
off
it-
all the blood and bits of brain.
No, that is
Exactly.
still there. Still there.
Well, no, to be fair, it's all starting to, crisp up and burn a bit. You're starting to get a kind of food smell, which you might not want to appreciate too much.
Not right now.
So, we left with the dying man being taken away, the god of death. Evander shouting at Frida for being a fool. And the body, again, you get that smell of a baby's head, of a spring day. And the body disappears.
God, what is that smell? It's so disgusting.
Evander says, I'm sorry I had a late lunch.
Smells like fields I've slept in.
Okay, my mistress. Okay, there, that's different, yes. So, I see she dealt with the body for us.
Yes, indeed. It's very practical of her.
She will be making use of the body. Life needs materials.
Okay. That's good and slightly disconcerting to know. Although, speaking of smelling stuff, can you guys smell burning?
Yeah, now you mention that.
Or am I having a stroke?
That's toast.
Toast.
Oh. Well, thank you, Evander. That was very helpful. Thank you for letting us use your facilities. And
Yeah, for a creepy fantasy doctor, you surpassed expectations in that you didn't try to murder any of us.
And yes, for a
Yeah.
fool, you didn't cause nearly as much trouble as you could have. Put that down.
I'm sorry, okay? I think I've made it clear. I have a drug problem. I'm in a room full of drugs.
It's
This is
only a
what's
problem
going
when
to
you can't
happen.
handle them. Now put it down.
Fine, all right.
Got a point.
All right, should we go and find Emma and then
yeah,
find Quinn, find this rebellion, and then, do the one thing I've always wanted to do my entire life, liberate a city from fascists?
yeah.
And
Honestly-
just leave little Evander here. Okay, fine, thank you.
I mean, do you want to come along and join us?
No, far too dangerous.
I
Well-
knew it, Dr. Bootlicker. I knew it. You're happy with the current order of things because you're sitting pretty in your fucking...
Evander looks at
Doctor's
you,
office.
Selena, Paul. When she gets stabbed, take her to a different doctor. Otherwise,
Understood.
it might get worse.
Paul, load us Paul, loath as I am to agree with Frida, but she's kind of right. I have always wanted to overthrow a fascist city government. So let's go do that, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. Actually, hang on before we go. Paul turns and looks at the doctor. But you knew Selena was a gallbinder. I was a Neo. Frida is just gestures at Frida. Fairgold. You know what a Fairgold is for Neos, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How do I come by it? Because I've only really discovered one way so far.
Sometimes you can just find it lying around. Other times, almost every fallen contains some fair gold. If you come across a fallen, I would deal with it before it attempts to deal with you.
And the robo zombies, yeah.
They are former paragons.
Wait, what?
Yeah, didn't you know? They were once like you. Dying in this world is not an easy thing for people like you.
Harm.
Anyway, do you think you'd better go? I too smell smoke. Take the fool with you. Put that down. Okay, take one syringe and that's it.
Ooh, mystery syringe, my favorite kind of syringe.
It whispers to you, Selena. It's saline.
Can I make some kind of roll to see if I heard that?
No, you were too busy being overjoyed at the syringe.
Okay. Yes!
Celine just whispers back, "Thank you."
Nods. Looks at you, Paul. Well, looks at you, faces towards you. You're not him, you know. Your echo is different. Anyway, out! Things to do. I'm here for when you need me.
Okay.
Did I hear that doctor say that the fallen, those weird
Yes.
techno corpses, are paragons? Is that other players of this game? Then is that what we are? Is that what they are?
I think they're the ones who've died playing a game. I mean, this is basically a roleplay game. Whenever you play a roleplay game and your character dies, you usually just generate another character to keep on going. But here,
You just
turn
die.
into that.
It's
Is
kind
it
of,
death, or is it something, or do you become something else?
can you come back from being a fallen? Is there some way to cure it? There's magic in this world.
Well, you're the one with the contact to this world's gods.
Okay, you know what? You raise a good point. But I can definitely smell smoke. Where
I
is...
hear bells
What?
ringing.
Did you just hear like that a massive, wet, meaty smack?
We just look at each other and both say the name at the same time, Emma, and just start running in the direction of the fire.
And Frida says,
We just sat there.
She would as well.
That's good. Exactly what I do. Wait, why say Emma and running off? Where are you going? And Frida follows.
Once we get this thing sorted out in Necrobers, I say we lock her in a room and we pop Dollar in, like in French Connection 2.
Are you suggesting you suggesting that we take a magic using jester cold turkey?
Is it the worst idea we've had so far?
she did get magic
Yes,
drugs
it's a
from
terrible
goddess.
idea. It's a terrible idea.
She did get some mighty drugs from the goddess. She can't possibly have gotten through all of them by now.
You know I can hear you.
Have you still got that? Have you still got that baggie that the spider lady gave you?
What? My business is my business.
I mean, it's a simple question. You could just say no.
Well, if you must know, yes, I do. I absolutely do. Because I've only had some, like, We've only been in the city for like an hour. I took some like an hour ago. You saw me do it.
I did. I did.
And
Seems like so
look,
much
in
longer.
my defense, by the way, look where we are. Look what we're doing. I am, and I will admit this, a committed drug addict. And you're suggesting quitting drugs at the most stressful thing that's ever happened, possibly to anyone on Earth, during all this?
Okay. But first, I think we have to put out a fire. We've
Is that why
probably
we're running?
we've probably arrived at the flaming building by this point, I
You've
assume.
seen the so volunteers and firefighters running towards it. Emma,
I like
you're
to do some-
standing. Sorry.
I like to do some magic.
Right, we'll come
Um,
back to you in a second for your magic.
It's
as
a
you're
great
just
water
arriving.
thing.
Okay. I can not imagine this going badly at all. Emily, you are now standing outside. You feel smaller, you feel lighter, you feel happier,
Yeah, calmer.
calmer.
But she's also very upset with herself. She's probably not even standing, just kneeling really in front of the building.
The bartender is already out as well. You start to feel the heat of the flames start to lick at the back of your neck. And the voice. That felt good, didn't it? You're not as disappointing as I thought you might have been. Did you see his face? Well, I saw his face. Saw it on
There's
the
nothing-
chair, on the bar.
There's nothing pleasing about this tyrant.
Oh, don't tell lies, Emma. Don't tell lies. I thought you and I could start to understand each other. Remember, I can feel what you're feeling. That was almost good enough to be a joy night.
Okay, fine. It was a nice release. I guess but that wasn't right. That wasn't, I shouldn't have done that.
Wait till you find out who he is. Frida, what magic are you want to do with creating water? And if it involves peeing on things, I'm saying no right away.
I would like to make it rain over the fire building.
You want
Like
to
a
make it
heavy
rain.
rain, but yes, make it rain in a very limited area over the fire.
Okay.
With the goal of putting it out.
Okay. I want 3 successes for this.
Okay.
And I think it's charisma you use for your magic.
Okay, so 3 falls or above, right?
Yep.
Out of 3 dice.
I don't know if you could use your fool's dice. I mean, yeah, okay, you can use your fool's dice because if this goes wrong, it will go very, very, very wrong.
Oh,
Well, shit. Shall I also roll my fool's dice as well?
You certainly can, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, the fool's dice landed on nothing, no X or 0, so that's one
Well,
saving
you can
throw.
put a note on it. If it had landed on a 0, it would have been good for you. But yeah, so
Yeah,
stick
but
it-
no, this
stick
is
a-
3 fails. So what happens?
You tell me. Well, what did it like? You tried to summon this cloud.
I don't know. I have no idea what this failing would look like.
So for me, Frida's standing there, and you see she draws herself up. You
Yeah, I'm
see
just
her
saying.
start to
I
wave
got
her
this,
hands.
guys. Don't you worry.
Exactly. And then she concentrates, looks like she's about to shit herself or something, and suddenly a tiny little cloud appears above her head, and 3 big fat drops of water splash onto her forehead, and then it dissipates, and you see a little blast of sunlight just above it, and the water gets dried. This distracts the people putting out the fire for a moment, and the fire takes this opportunity to blaze a little bit further.
Never mind, as you were.
Okay, I want to try something. I have no idea how well it's going to go down, but I can summon two skeletons and instruct them to act as bucket throwers because they won't burn
Yes, this is true.
the same way that flesh would, so they can get in closer and throw the buckets of water.
No,
Do you
it's
need a
nice.
roll for that, for summoning the skill?
I don't know. It's part of my scripture that with
Set.
the underworld god,
I think you just
um,
get them.
I think I can just do that.
Yeah.
So just while shouting at people, right, form a line of buckets from that trough to there, and then like a bucket chain, and then right at the business end of the bucket chain, I just sort of wave my hands around, and suddenly there's two skeletons there.
The skeletons come out of the bar, one of which is missing its skull.
Oh dear.
You feel the, you see the arm and the flesh start to sluice away from it.
I think Emma gets up, like gets ready to fight again.
Oh, not again! I'm so tired.
The only thing left on it are the boots. The other one also comes from the bar and looks like a very tall skeleton. Again, you see the flesh kind of fall off it, so it couldn't have been dead long. And you see the bartender look at it, scream, and run.
Well, I don't know what that was about. Right, you two, Bones and Splint, you stand near the fire and throw the buckets on. Right, you lot, start a bucket chain, etc. Trying to, get this organized a little bit more.
As Emma hears Selena talk, she's gonna try to snap out of it and actually get to work and try to help.
Also, if
embarrassing.
I'm allowed, I'd like to try the rain thing again.
You'd be allowed, however, I do not think it's going to go well.
Well, you've been wrong before.
This is true. This is true.
Go for it, Michelle.
All right, so charisma roll again.
Oh,
1 success
Great.
out
Roll
of
your
3.
fool's dice.
Oh, the fool's dice.
Yeah.
chat's suggesting gasoline rate this time.
Oh, oh no.
No, but fool's
that-
dice. That's a 0.
It's on a circle.
It's on a circle.
Oh,
1
there
is a
we go.
circle.
Right. You failed, so it's got to get rid of all your circles, please.
What?
Yeah?
But I got a circle.
Yeah. So now you get rid of all the circles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And how does this work? It doesn't quite work the way you wanted it to, but how does the magic look now that it goes wrong but in a good way, but definitely not with gasoline, as has been suggested?
Someone suggested
Oh, it
it,
could
turns-
do.
it becomes gasoline. That would have been good, but no. I mean, I
I
don't know. This is the thing. I don't know how
I
it
hadn't
can go
even thought through
successfully,
idea,
but not
it's too
successfully.
dark.
I either put the fire out or I don't. You
Yes,
know?
but what does it
Well,
look
you
like?
could take it. You could help a little bit.
I think the rain should appear over you, and it's just one big, perfectly spherical droplet of water that just drenches you.
Not even
I mean,
that.
that's just what
You do summon heavy rain, but not on that part of the town.
Not on the yeah.
Yeah. For example,
Like
No, but it
5
should,
So what
it should,
happens
it should be
is-
helpful, because otherwise it would be unfair to remove all of the circles.
well, yeah, it
okay.
can remain
a big-
over the entire town, but not enough to help slake the fire.
Yeah,
over
there
the
it is.
entire
There it
too
is.
much,
I make it rain across all of Necro Urbis.
and it teams like
I
amber
love
weather warning level.
Yes. Yes. That can have a positive effect, maybe a little bit down the road as well.
Yeah.
So the buckets that skeletons now have their hands on, taken from very stunned-looking volunteers. My brilliant, Chris. That was not a brilliant suggestion. That was urine. You were literally taking the piss. So they take this from the stunned volunteers, and very quickly the buckets fill with rain. You would, Tim, you would.
Frida just yells at the sky, I am the god of lightning, thunder, and rain. Bah!
And Selena, somewhere in your head, you hear a, no, she's fucking not. And that's it. It just goes away again. And as
There
well,
is a storm god in the book.
And that's me now.
Blasphemy.
Right. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Golden Morning. Fuck. Stop it. Keep trying to get to them, I keep forgetting. Selena, as your skeletons join the effort to put these out, there are calls for people from inside the building and they are being rescued. But you hear someone whisper, "It's her. It's her. Why is she here? The lady has followed us here." And we'll go up to Quinn. Quinn, you have something metal over your mouth. Your arms, your hands, pardon me, are above your head. And you can smell mold and hear water dripping.
Well, I guess regaining consciousness, I kind of nod my head back and forth, trying to regain focus and kind of see in what kind of a shit show I once again put myself into.
You're so good at this, I love it. You are in a cell. There's dirty straw on the floor. There isn't really a door, it's bars like, in the classical jails and films. Across you can see another similar cell with someone else chained up. And you can hear groans and cries from both sides. As well as the clinking of metal and a kind of rasping and a whistle. Quite jaunty whistle. Then you smell burned flesh and hear a scream. And I think that's where we'll leave it then for tonight. I know you didn't get much screen time, Chris, but I thought
You got the most drama.
you got the most drama, yes.
That's very true.
But definitely, we're not missing it in 2 weeks. We will be back
Next week?
Next week we have Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Ooh.
Frida's relative, Kathy
Yes.
Bacon,
Kathy
will make
Bacon.
her debut.
In
I-
Edinburgh.
And I am playing a wounded archaeologist who happens to be into the occult because I
Why the
always
fuck not? Yeah.
I always also want to be an archaeologist because I thought I got to, I love history and I wanted to punch Nazis. I thought, Indiana Jones did lie to me.
Well,
Time
we
Team
can
was
also
depressed.
run, but we can also run Pulp Cthulhu at some point and punch the shit out of Nazis. Or Delta Green, also good to farm.
What's Punk Cthulhu?
Pulp
Yeah.
Cthulhu is
Yeah.
like more actiony. You actually have more hit points, harder to die.
More 19, sort of like, pulp fiction, like the actual pulp fiction
Yeah.
books, like, Sam Spade, Philip Marlowe, The Shadow, those sort of stories.
You can
Get
you
your
can run
hands
it
off
at
that
any time,
idol, or
it's just
I'll suck you. I'll suck you dry,
base.
or I'll slip you up.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Those are
I
pulp
think
things, right?
that
Sounds
could be-
fun.
No, no, could be.
You don't step back, I'll give you a Louis.
And we have coming up soon, what do you call it, on, I think, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, we are going to play Eat the Reich, where we get to kill Hitler. Yeah, it's always
Om
been
nom
dream of
nom
mine.
nom nom.
Exactly. Eat Hitler's
That is a
blood.
fun game. I have played it. It is very fun.
Well, let's hope I can live up to it. So let us say, Pulp Fiction. Let's say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, blah blah blah. Leave a comment. Tell me to fuck off. I know it's my kink. That's not really. Yeah. So, does anyone have anything they want to plug or say or anything else?
Oh, yeah, real quick. I do a podcast, What the Trans, and we talk about trans stuff, surprisingly, because if there's lots of people who like to use trans as if it's a dirty word, so we've turned it into one. And we do news and getting snarky, and it's good fun. And I'm also in a band called Saint Lucifer, and you can check that out as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. By the way, I also just want to quickly give a quick shout out as a child of the fall. It was my birthday recently, and I know that there are a couple of cast mates who, since our break, also celebrated their very, 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 very special days. So to Ashleigh, a happy birthday again, very belated.
And to you
of
too.
course, to our great, great, great master and slave driver and what else can I call you?
Daddy?
Yes, daddy. To our daddy. The Cthulhu kid himself, also very, 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 very happy birthday.
Woot.
Capitulate.
Birthdays all round.
Yes.
And like I said before we started recording or streaming, Valentine's Day was 9 months ago.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty clear exactly how Ashleigh, Marc, and Thea exist.
Well, our
Chris.
parents shagged, which kind of, all of us exist because of that.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I mean, the more specific details of
Thea
there being
is also a
roses
fall
and
child,
somebody
too.
playing a violin nearby.
Yeah, I'm not a fall child. I'm a summer child.
Yeah, no, it's
Summer
from
child.
Glasgow.
Oh, apologies.
Well,
I
that's-
thought it was your birthday
Yeah,
also.
but that's because
Okay.
in winter it gets cold and dark. So
Yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah. Especially where I live.
Exactly. Whereas I'm from Glasgow, so I don't think there's any violins. Burning fridges, maybe. It's,
Anyway, we've had a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, see you next
Tune
time.
in more. See you next time. Bye.
Next
Bye.
Mayhem Madness. No, Batman Link.